Okay, my man, here's the thing you have to understand with what we're going to do to fix your knee situation is we need to have exercises that do two things: make it tired, but also make it smarter. Exercises that make it tired usually don't integrate the muscles into the entirety of the system. That's why they don't work. That's why any isolated leg exercise doesn't work, because you don't have one muscle, you have an entire system of them. So there is value in one of those though, and that's going to be using a band that you don't have. So we're going to get you this one, and what you're going to do with this is you're going to sit down and you're going to put it on like a little pair of pants. And I'm not going to bother for now, but you can see where it is. It's not flat. I guess I will bother for now. If I make it flat, I make it much more comfortable. And as you can see, that band wants my knees to collide together. The hero in this movie now is butt muscles, to keep them there. And all you're going to do is a lateral band walk. So you're going to have the band just above your knees. You're going to look down and make sure your knee and your ankle and your hip are all in a line, because your knee the whole time is wanting to collapse in, and we don't want that. So you're thinking about pushing out against the band. And then you're just going to walk sideways. And you walk sideways for as long as you're able to, and then walk sideways back. To give you an idea, when I work out, I'll sometimes do this for a song. Now, a song is a long time, 3.5 minutes or something, and you may not be able to go that long at first. It doesn't matter. The idea is it's longer than you think, because this is strength, but also a quality called strength endurance, meaning you have to resist the force, but you have to do it for a decent amount of time, as opposed to pure endurance where the loads are really small and they're for a really, really, really long time. So anyway, strength endurance, it's a decent amount of resistance, and you walk sideways and sideways back the other way. If you do this in your house, you just go back and forth across the room and say, okay, I'll hit a timer for a minute, and I'll just go there and back and there and back. When the minute's over, I rest, and then you can do more. Key feature that sometimes people lose track of is the fact that when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you have very quiet shoulders. So your upper body's not doing this. I tell people I'm going to put an imaginary shelf across your shoulders, and on that shelf is a golf ball. Don't let it roll away. And you just keep your shoulders level the whole time. Another feature that makes it better is that other than focusing on staying level, which it won't take you long to figure that out, and also you've got those nice big windows now, you look at your reflection in those windows while you go, and you can just look at your reflection and very quickly get a sense of what it means to be level. The other thing is, when I walk sideways, I don't want to think with this leg because this leg's in the air. I want to think with this leg because this leg's in the ground. So I push off and then reset. Push off and then reset. Going the other way, push off, reset, push off, and so on. You get the idea. It's always about the outside leg putting energy in the ground so you can move the opposite way, okay? So that's lateral band walk, or we call monster walk. And again, above the knee, keep the knee over the foot the whole time, shoulders are level, and you're thinking about putting energy into the ground. So if you were standing like on a loose rug, you would wrinkle it with your pressure with your down foot. It's always about the foot on the ground, okay? That's monster walk. Now the next two I'll show you, you're gonna use the long band that you already have. Okay, here's the next thing we're gonna do. We're gonna take one of the long bands and anchor it to something solid. We're then gonna take that and put it on the outside knee. So that's gonna be my left leg in this instance. I'm gonna put my left leg in the loop, and again, like the other exercise, just above my knee. And then I'm going to be in a bridging position. I'll try to get where you can see me. Now, this is gonna be a single leg bridge position. This is up to make this have more body weight on it and to get it out of the way of the band. My arms in a perfect world are straight up. I have stuff in the way, so this band right now, in order to get in the picture, is too strong. So I'm gonna have my arms down. I want your arms in the air, because you can adjust it wherever you want it. So now what I'm gonna do is this, a single leg bridge. But again, this band is trying to make my leg collapse inward. So I'm working really hard to hold it right there. All 5 toes on the ground, rock solid leg, boom. Having both hands down is more help than having this. Let's see if I can do this. I can. Now once I'm started, I can't even, it's trying so hard to roll me over. I'm barely heavy enough to stay on the ground while I do this. So that's just a little bit too much. Look at that, it just spun me around. Too much resistance for me, but you get the idea. And then you go single leg with the other leg facing the opposite way. So what we're combining is the band trying to pull your knee inwardly where we don't want it, and training the muscles on the outside of your butt. Remember, your knee's best friend is your butt. To train those muscles to come to the rescue and hold that limb in good alignment while you load it, while there's external forces wanting it to collapse, which are the exact same forces when you're going down a stair, when you're decelerating, so you decided you're gonna change direction. Because remember, when you change direction, that means you have to stop one direction, decel, and excel in a new direction. So to cut, to be change of direction, to be athletic, all of those sorts of things mean you have to decelerate. And that's what your leg doesn't do as well as it needs to. So that's the next one. Now we're gonna move you off the ground, or yeah, off the floor with your butt, and on the, you know what I'm trying to say, we're gonna advance you, you're gonna be on your feet. So now with the next one, you can keep the band right where it was, and we're gonna do a split squat. Again, I'm gonna put my foot inside the band at the knee level. And I can do this one pretty well aiming at the camera now. So now what I'm going to do is a split squat, which means down and up. People confuse split squats and lunges. Lunges have a step to them. I'm not lunging with this, I'm split squatting with this. So I'm going to have my legs split this way. I've got that, and again, my knee is over my foot, and I just come down and up, down and up. If you can do more than 30 of these with body weight, get some dumbbells in your hand, just let them hang by your side. Or you could do it with your one kettlebell. If it's one kettlebell, have it on the opposite side. Because if it's on this side, again, it's trying to tip you over, and the active side, in this case my left side, all these muscles have work to do to hold me here. So if I had a weight, it would be right here in my right hand, which is the opposite side of whichever leg's on the ground in front. And that's what I would do if you can do that many. And then of course, take this leg out, put the other leg in, face the other way, and you get the other side. That's your second one. Your third one is going to be very, very similar. I just have to figure out how I'm going to set it up with the camera here. This is a very similar split squat situation. It is a rear foot elevated split squat. So you need something behind you where your rear foot can be on that, okay? I can reach the camera now, move that to give you a better view. So I'm gonna have my left leg be the front foot. The band is gonna be in the same spot. The band is gonna try to do the same thing. The band's trying to do that to me, and all my outside hip musculature has to work to hold it solid. So, once again, my foot is in that band. My back foot, as the name implies, rear foot elevated, is gonna be elevated. This is your couch. So I just put that back there. Oh, there, okay, I'm locked in. Again, this is pulling me hard. And now I'm gonna look down my leg and keep my knee right over my foot. And I'm gonna go as slow as I need to avoid anything wobbly. You want that lead leg to be like a Swiss watch. Really well controlled. And with all of those exercises, you're training control. Remember, the very first one is a no-brainer. Walk sideways, make your butt muscles scream. You get those muscles tired, then you make the tired muscles do the work. And as you have those fatigued muscles work in an integrated fashion from the sole of your foot up, then you're gonna have some really nice carryover. These exercises, do them, daily if you can, as close to daily as you can, and in probably 8 workouts, 9, 10 workouts, something like that. I'll give you some more advanced ones, and we'll start speeding things up. Keeping in mind, this is largely regarding softball. Softball's played quickly. All of these exercises are slow, but you gotta walk before you run. So these are not the where-all, end-all. They will definitely help, but you need more than this. So stay tuned. Let me know when you get about 8 or 10 of them in.